Shulk is thinking again. It feels like deja vu, isn't it? Hey everybody, it's me, I'm Makoto, and we're here with more Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Last time we were here, we got our mission to go after, we have to go get some ether cylinders from the Magmel ruins, and that means we have to go through Tephra Cave. First things first, I want to go take care of a little side quest that we have for Desiree. Oh no, we don't have enough parts. See, the broken watch has already given us the blue chains. By collecting item ores, we've already gotten enough of the required materials for that side quest. Oh, look, it's Fiora.
Huh?
Maybe we should prepare. It is nighttime, it means we have more NPCs we could talk to. Like Miffy. Miffy, I believe, is one of the few not pawn that are, well, in the military district.
How's it going?
Nick over here. Did you know I'm the weakest man to ever have joined the defense force? And to top it all off, the conduct and standards are all laughing stock. I'm even behind a new female recruit's endurance training. Hey! We don't, yeah. You know what I'm trying to say. Look at that.
What's up?
The random defense force soldier. Some ridge angels. Let's take care of them. Well, actually, we're gonna be going up that way anyway. Oh, there's a couple more because it's a monster quest. Cute frogs.
What's up?
All of those quests there seem to be related to nighttime only enemies. Yes, certain enemies can only appear during certain weather effects as well as time of day. Luckily, there is not a single enemy in the game that appears in both under a weather effect and a time of day, because that would be kind of annoying. But not really. It's actually pretty easy to get a weather effect to appear. All you gotta do, go into the time menu, change the time forward, and back a couple times. Eventually you'll get your desired time effect. I guess I'll speak up for those people out there that are thinking about it. If you are thinking about trying to do a level 99 grind in the first area... Oh, before I go over that, look, we already got this item in the first episode. Awesome. If you're wondering about, how hard it is to do a level 99 grind in the first area, well, I am here to tell you guys that this game is very easy to do that in, comparatively to everything else. Casual mode is very helpful in regards to this. Let's quick go out. Casual mode reduces the it increases your hit rate based on level. We'll go over that in a little bit about how level affects things. I'm going to give those people that don't know about... I'm going to show you guys some special things about this game. Over there is actually our first taste of something of a unique mechanic or pretty interesting mechanic this game has. Let's grab some more of these item orbs. Yeah, apparently potatoes are out here in the water. Who knows why? It doesn't matter. As we swim out over here, I'm actually over here for mainly the item orbs. But as soon as we hit the shoreline, you're gonna notice something pretty interesting about this area. Well, it looks like it's just a bunch of regular enemies, but you see that red tag. I went over earlier about white and blue, but red tag should signify you one thing. Danger. Yes, in the first area of the game, our enemies level 35. Luckily, this coastline's the only place where we can actually find enemies like this. There are even stronger enemies up to the north over here. You do not want to mess with anything up there. Level 70. As well as anything in the area. Oh! I accidentally attacked this enemy. Unique monsters. Beware! Unique monsters are monsters that are usually bigger and slightly stronger than... or they are much stronger than enemies that you can find normally. For example, Verdant Burchel here. Bulchel is a caterpillar that's a lot bigger than normal. Over there is Gentle Mother Armu, level 37. Let's actually... I meant to come over here because I wanted to show you how big this first area is. In fact, let's take a look at the area map now we can see it. It doesn't look like much now, but in a little bit, I will have this map completely filled out, and you will see how huge this first area is. This game does not shy on how much you can go to. If you can see it, you can go to it. Like, I jumped over that there, and I jumped over that wall there, and just swam over here. Like, this game allows you to go pretty much anywhere you want. It's pretty incredible. In fact, actually, if I was smart, I would have planned this out a little bit better. But, oh well. We'll come back over here in a little bit. This little island right up here is actually important for something else. We'll see soon enough. Watch out for the Sardi over here. Level 72 Throne Sardi. This is actually our first time experiencing an enemy with a detection mechanic. Every enemy in the game has some form of detection mechanic associated with them, whether it be no detection, eyesight detection, or hearing detection. There's also one more, but the game will go over. We will not have any enemies that are like this. This should probably set the time back to the daytime. Typically, strong enemies appear during the night, so it's best to stay during the daytime when exploring an area. Take a look at that. Stone Crabbles, level 8. Those marine crabbles were not going to let us past, and we were definitely not going to be able to attack them. In fact, leveling this game, your level compared to the enemy matters a lot. Your level compared to the enemy dictates your critical hit ratio, your actual hit rate, and your attack damage. It is very important. Slit Edge. An attack from the side that applies a 50% physical defense down effect on the enemy. This is very good for dispatching enemies very fast. In the upper left above the enemy art palette, you can see what bonus effect, what reaction effect is being inflicted at the moment. There are some consistencies in all arts. Break arts are the most inconsistent thing on the planet in terms of how long they inflict break for. However, there is some consistencies I will go over with the reaction system. Break lasts depending on what art you use. Speaking of arts, we can finally look at them. In the art menu, we are able to level up our arts using a stat that we gain from enemies called AP. Currently, Shulk has a 275 AP, as you can see right above. There is palette right over. Oh, I just moved the game. Whoops. Right over here. Right here, we have backslash. Backslash, as you can see, does twice as much damage from behind. All arts have a damage ratio based off of, like, have a damage multiplier that multiplies your current auto attack. Which is why we have a range of 180 versus 196. It's based off your auto attack range, and it also has a cooldown. Using your AP, you can level up arts. So we're going to use 160 AP that we earned from all these monsters, and we're going to increase the healing ratio and decrease the cooldown, meaning we get this art a lot faster. It's very useful. You can also do this on arts like this. Break arts, typically when you level them up, they get an increased effect time of the break status. Instead of 3 seconds, we get a 4-second break time. All reactions stack. If Shulk somehow had a topple art, I would be able to use his topple art and Ryan's topple art to extend the topple timer. All topple effects are additive, so if you hit a topple enemy with another topple effect, the current topple effect will increase by 3 seconds, which is the base topple timer. There are certain things that dictate how long topple lasts for, such as if you have certain gems equipped, such as topple plus, or if you have certain, or if the enemy is a mechon, which we'll get into a little bit later. Agility down is very dangerous. As you can see, Shulk and, if you actually looked in the upper left, Shulk and Ryan are actually pretty heated there after we hit the enemy a couple times. Using arts during battle increases the tension between your party members. There are 5 stages. There is the normal tension, which is just the basic art palette, as the basic character portrait as we see here. There was the portrait we saw just earlier, where the characters are like yelling. They look like they're constantly screaming. There is also the character portrait where... There's also 2 other character portraits where we won't see, where the character is depressed, and then even more depressed, where there's a dark blue cloud above them. Let's actually area map warp back. Let's go to the main entrance. Just things like that. Rabbit Diode. Pretty useful for those collection quests. Best part about this game, you don't even have to report back to the NPC that handed you that fetch quest. You just instantly complete the quest.
I'm really feeling it. Yeah, sure. Get stuck in.
Enemy down, backslash them.
It's over. Good thing I'm here.
We just got a very rare chest. We got a gold chest. There are 3 rarities of chests. Wood, which we saw earlier, silver, which contains some special armor, and gold, which drops a bunch of rare stuff. This is our first instance of unique items. Not only is there unique monsters, but there are unique pieces of equipment. Let's take a look at that. Let's actually go to Ryan, because I think I want him to have that. Messenger shoes. Unique armors always come with a specific gem. For example, this armor here comes with an agility up 2, which gives you 10 plus agility. They're actually pretty useful because of that. I'm actually going to remove Shulk's appearance real quick. Because I think... No, we don't have anything yet. Nope. Nope. And no. Oh, we have middle boots. That's fine. We'll use those. See, look. Shulk's appearance has changed. It's so easy to just change your character's appearance and look. I really like this part about the game because you can customize your look. And it even implies into cutscenes, which, yes, means you can make you can make your characters nude and run into cutscenes and ruin the cutscenes. This is the main reason why I will not be using swimsuit equipment unless I have certain armor looks on, because I don't really want to ruin cutscenes for some of you guys. That would kind of be just rude, and I don't really want to do that. Let's make our way up Tephra Hill. Unlike Xenoblade Chronicles 2, this game only has 1 difficulty mode, which is kind of sad, because I feel like this game would benefit from having a challenge mode. Not like the actual challenge mode that's in Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
More company.
Oh, that's our first instance of an enemy joining the battle.
Just one more left.
While you're in battle with certain enemies, if they have those triple dots next to their nameplate, that means they will actually try to join the battle if an enemy of their same kind is in the battle.
Come on, we can do it all.
This can make battles really difficult to try and single out certain enemies, but there are mechanics that we can use soon, that will unlock soon, to make it easier to single out certain enemies. Oh, we got some small abundant crystals. Maybe we'll have to return to the Gem Man. At the moment, the Gem Man still, however, isn't unlocked. We'll eventually get to that. We don't need to kill those hand buttons. Actually, they're required for a quest. Let's show off those quests in action. I always like starting with that burst affinity, because it gives you a little bit of affinity when you get to the enemy. There you go! Monster Quest 3 Part 1 completed. You get 800 gold because of that. Just for killing 2 enemies, we get a ton of money. If you also notice on that menu there, some quests even give you experience.
We win. Good thing I'm here. No? Anyone?
Very good to know. Oh, look at that. There's one of our monsters we have to take down. Evil Ragnarok. Quest-related items will always go into their quest before they stay in your inventory. So yeah. In Xenoblade Definitive Edition, however, they made it much easier to hunt for certain items. This enemy might be a little too strong for us. Let's take care of him when we're a little bit stronger. Even though we're equal level, he is a unique monster and he will kick your butt. Which I could probably show off camera. By holding ZL, you can zoom out the camera. Very cool function. You can also slide it by using the left and right. Those are kind of unnoticeable, but you can slide it up and down.
I need to be even stronger.
We made it to Tephra Cave's entrance. Uh-oh.
You forgot something. You will be needing the transport cases, right?
Fiora.
I'm coming along as well. I'd feel better going with you boys than sitting at home worrying about you. So, let's get moving.
I knew she didn't trust me. Looks like it.
Oops. I guess we did forget something on our way out. We now have the full party, and that means we can now use the party gauge. The party gauge increases when a critical hit or a bonus effect is enacted on an enemy. You can, if you have a full bar of a party gauge, you can press the B button right next to a party member that's incapacitated and revive them. This only needs one. This requires one block, however. But if you have the full party gauge maxed out, you can perform a chain attack. Which chain attacks are very cool. They are the ways you can get increased damage. The way you activate them is by going to the talent art and pressing up. I should probably show that off now. Let's grab these quests for a sec. I'll be right back.
Yes?
I am back. I decided to switch it to nighttime, and after I grabbed all those quests, and I came down here because I wanted to show off I wanted to show off the chain attack function. We might not be able to get it immediately, so we're gonna have to build up some party gauge.
We can't lose.
Ah, thank goodness.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Looking good too, Fiora.
Should be okay if we fight like this.
Man, what a
Tough
bunch of
wood.
jokes.
Might be useful to grab a bunch of that.
Let's do this.
Oh, we can't get the bonus effect. We're gonna back up.
Alright, we can do it. We've almost got them. You never stood a chance.
Party age builds up really fast in this game.
Definitely gotten stronger.
Look, there's ridge antholes. We might be able to get a chain attack on some of them.
Right. Let's do this.
I'm gonna go all out.
Get out that slit edge for that damage reduction down.
All together now.
Right. I can do it. I know I can. Butterflies.
Alright. A chain attack will finish him.
Now we have access to a chain
Sometimes you
attack.
get wild.
When you activate a chain attack, you can select arts. You can select any art when your character is when it turns to their character's turn. No matter, even if the cooldown is down. By changing arts of the same color, you can actually increase the damage that they do. By activating a talent art, you can actually link more. Talent arts count for any color. They're like wild cards. After the third party member uses the chain attack art, a chain link might be activated. This is dependent on your party's affinity. You want to get the higher affinity, the higher chance you have at getting a chain link, as well as the timing you had on that button combo. If you're lucky, you can activate a chain attack up to 15 times in a row. It is insane how many times you can activate chain attacks in this game. Chain arts in this game. We've already killed all the enemies here, though, almost. I think we should save this chain attack for another enemy that we saw earlier.
Who else wants some?
Evenal Ragnarok. Now that we have level 7 and we have Fiora, the chain attack will finish this fool.
I'm gonna go all out.
This one's mine. I'm powering that.
You do not have to have the enemy inside the ring.
Stronger.
The enemy's down. Let's use a chain attack. First things first, we're gonna try and go off with some damage. Slit edge, get us a red art. If you use it, we can also. I could show off the topple thing, but I don't feel like we should. Let's use Hammer Beat and increase the aggro that Ryan has. That attack just did 200. That just did twice the amount of damage. Now, realistically, it's not actually twice the amount of damage. I'll go over that in a little while when we're able to build our own gem effects. But you might have noticed something. Fiora has a new color of art, a yellow art. Yellow arts inflict daze on any enemy that you hit them with. There are some notable exceptions because some arts don't always inflict daze. Daze can only be inflicted on an enemy that is currently toppled. Daze is a timer above the topple timer. Let's show that off. While an enemy is dazed,
That was great, guys.
as you can see in the top left, you'll see a 2-second timer will be inflicted on the enemy where all damage inflicted and healing that is done will not generate any aggro. The previous enemy damage multiplier from being toppled will also apply during this state. This is very good. Not only this, a good thing to remember is that auras are always removed and are also removed during this. We haven't seen an aura yet. We might be able to see one on some of the anthols, but we're killing them way too fast for them to even activate it.
Now it's Ryan time.
I can do it. I know I have that.
Fiora.
Sometimes during battle, you can actually get a little bit of infinity link like that.
I'll protect you. I'm powering up.
I can do it. I know I can.
Now's perfect for a change.
Nice one.
Ready when you are.
Let's take out this enemy
Do this.
and move along. You can also use healing arts during the chain attack. It's kind of weird how that works, but it's awesome.
Fiora, it's up to you.
Alrighty.
There's our first chain link.
We're not finished.
Leave it to me. How do you like that? It's over.
Oh, it's pretty easy.
Should be okay if we fight like
If you do manage to defeat a unique monster, it will always drop a gold rare chest. Some enemies have special items they can drop. For example, this guy dropped the messenger shoes, and this item called a ragbone hammer. Let's equip that to Ryan immediately. Unique monsters also, if you notice at the top, I probably should have showed off that item. Let's go into my items list quick to show that off. It dropped a Liberatus glyph. A lot of unique monsters tend to drop high-selling tradable items. For example, this Liberatus glyph. It only sells for 120. It's not as expensive as some of these items in trade value. Sale price is about 20% of the original selling price. So, very good. It's actually good to the Collectopedia and add everything in. Hey, look! We actually have every item in the Collectopedia right now. Quick Step 3. Very good gem. It might not seem like it does much. Quick Step doesn't really do anything outside of increasing your movement speed, but oh my god, is it so nice to have that increased movement speed. We're gonna put that on. It only works on the main controlled party member. We also got an agility up right there. Giving that Dawn Hydrogena gave us a poison defense 3 gem. 10% poison defense. I'll have to go over how damage over time effects work in this game, because they're a little different than what you might be used to in some JRPGs. But I think we should go over that when Fiora learns her own damage over time effect. Fiora's a pretty strong attacker. She can hold her own. We just unlocked the Carbon Driver for Ryan. This is actually probably a better weapon than the one we just got from that unique monster. I got really lucky for us to have a really good weapons. Take a look at that. 2 slots, and 104 plus attack power. This thing is a beast for the early game. In fact, we even give him this. I'm also going to get rid of the HP up 2 on Shulk. Shulk is kind of more like your glass cannon kind of character. He does a lot of auto attack, but his HP is pretty low. That's where we have Ryan here. Ryan needs all the HP he can get, because that way he can more effectively take damage that the enemies deal at him. Let's give him this Regnus Gauntlets, because that'll give him more defense, meaning he'll be able to more effectively take in damage. Ooh, look, a front armor. Definitely for Ryan. We get the maximum possible damage. Let's also give Fiora, says about the Ether Arts, let's give her this agility up, and then Shulk can get this Ether up. You might have noticed, however, we did get a Quick Step gem, but it doesn't show up here. Some gems are actually locked to certain kinds of items. Some gems are only locked to like attribute gems can be equipped on anything. There are some gems that can be equipped on any type of either armor or weapon. Some can only be equipped on a slotted armor piece. There is a certain misconception that I have seen floating around sometimes. I will go over which gem that is, that some people don't really usually understand exactly what kind of gem that goes on. And now we can move slightly faster. Ooh, we earned an Infinity Coin. Maybe I should go over what those are, but let's leave that for a little bit later. I've been doing a lot of explaining. Let's go through Tephra Cave, and we'll take care of that later. Before, though, if you see a heart-to-heart location on the map, go over and see what it is. As you can see, we need green affinity between Shulk and Ryan. It will save it in a separate menu underneath the collection menu that we were just in to go see our items, called the heart-to-heart menu. Anyway, welcome to Tephra Cave. It's going over the monster types that I've talked about earlier. There are many types of different monsters. Most monsters won't attack you unless you attack them. Many are sighted, meaning that if you get into a certain radius in front of them, they will immediately aggro onto you. Those are visual types. Some monsters are based off of hearing, meaning we will come across them in a little bit. I will explain how you deal with them. This is one of our first few actual unique monsters that we can take on that has a sight. Let's take on this Willow Bunev.
Good luck, everyone.
Those other clap Bunevs are going to join in the battle, though, so we should be pretty careful.
Let's keep up this pace and finish the job.
Extreme Edge is actually an art that can inflict break on multiple enemies due to its AoE effects. Not only that, it's a very good art if you need to build up some party gauge, because it has a slight party gauge. It actually charges up your party gauge when you use it. Ooh, we got some defense knives from Fiora. Oh man, I already equipped some gems onto her. It would be annoying to de-equip the gem off of this and take it off. I just want to swap them over. Well, there is something in the sub-menu that lets you do that. If you go into the equipment menu and select a weapon, you can swap gems that are currently on whatever you have equipped, and you can swap them with whatever's on your weapon, on your new weapon. Now I have the agility up to on my defense knives. It's pretty useful. This wasn't a feature in the original game, and I'm glad it's here. Come up here. We probably shouldn't mess with him. Cellular Bugworm. Remember that poison plus gem that we got? Yeah, that's probably something we're gonna want to use if we go after that guy. Hey, look, some Willow Bunems. Let's take him down.
We can't lose.
Good luck, everyone.
Let me at him. Let's keep up the pressure.
See, look at that. All the enemies in the battle were inflicted with break because of the AoE effect on that move.
Now it's right.
I really like our ride.
Go get him, Fiora.
This game is fun on its own when you play as a single character. Like Shulk. Shulk is one of the more fun characters that you can play as. Ooh, look at that! We have hit very high tension. Shulk, when any party member hits a very high tension, their agility increases by, I think, 150? It's insane how much they increase that by.
Yeah, I feel we did it.
Teamwork at its finest.
It's very useful. Tension increases your very high, regular high tension. If you hit high tension, which is character portrait without the fiery effect, you get a plus 50 agility. And I believe you also have an increased crit damage. There's a lot of extra effects for keeping high tension. And you want to keep tension as high as possible. This guy might prove pretty tricky for us. Let's see if we can take him on. But first things first. I like playing Shulk. But Ryan is also really fun. We haven't been able to see how Ryan plays, so let's take a look. We saw some of his arts in action earlier, but let's go over some of his arts. A new color that we haven't seen in a little while is Rage. Rage is an art that inflicts something called an aura. Auras are very special. They're not like your typical buff and debuff. There are certain skills that are able to remove debuffs. Auras are not the same as debuffs. Auras apply specific effects due to the art that was used. For example, Rage here decreases Ryan's physical defense and attack power, but gives him a spike effect. No, sorry, I misspoke. Rage decreases Ryan's attack power, but actually increases his physical defense by giving him a physical damage down buff. That is a direct damage reduction multiplier. It's very good. He also gets a spike effect. Spikes are a very annoying type of damage that we will see coming up in the future. Spikes, under certain conditions, when you hit an enemy, your party will take damage in return. It can be very annoying. While down this is topple art, you cannot, by leveling this art up, you do not increase the topple timer. Only gem effects or enemy type effects can change this. For now, it's probably best you just level up while down for the sake of getting it. Ryan also has an art that can fill his party gauge. AoE, but it's alright. Aura Burst is only available when an aura is active. Some arts have requirements for activation. Pretty interesting. Bone Upper increases his talent gauge when you hit the enemy. It's a very fast art too, so it's easy to get pretty good damage. Speaking of which, what is Ryan's talent art? Mad Taunt. Taunt an enemy, drawing aggro and becoming the target of enemy. You accumulate temporary aggro when you use this art, but it tends to be that in doing so, you also get some extra aggro. It's pretty useful. Let's take on this enemy. Wait, let's take on these guys first.
I'm gonna go all out.
Uh-oh, Shulk might accidentally...
Just one left.
Way to go, butterfly.
Oh, Shulk did not.
Should be okay if we fight like
Some
this.
enemies come in pairs.
Keep this up.
Those two enemies did not drop separate chests, meaning they were linked together in terms of the enemies when they spawned in, meaning that they will always drop a silver chest. This is a little bit of some helpful tips that you can use when you're playing.
It's crashing time.
Let's take them on.
Good luck, everyone.
Let's get that off.
Bring it on.
Use our talent art.
Powering up.
Oh,
Okay. Now we're getting started.
you can actually buffer certain arts. If you're in the middle of an art animation, you can buffer another art by just selecting it in the menu.
Butterfly, I really like our vibe.
Go get him, Fiora.
Art spamming is cool and all, but you don't really want to do that too often.
I'm powering up. Eat that.
I know I can. Butterfly,
Eat this. Now it's right time. Do this.
There's his line. Ooh, we should probably undo this.
Take it to him.
Ryan almost nearly died. If you activate a chain attack before an enemy tries to kill you, you will always live.
Going down. Look, you're up. Got it.
There are a lot of bad effects that come across because of an enemy inflicting, killing one of your party members. If you lose a party member, more than just taking damage, you also have the reduced effect of all your party's tension gets lowered, as well as just a bunch of other bad effects from getting incapacitated, like not having another party member for chain attacks. You can inflict a chain attack with only 2 party members. It's just not ideal. Ooh, we learned a new art. Guard shift. I got really lucky.
I feel stronger. I can do it. I know I can.
Bring it on.
Gathering all the aggro is Ryan's job. Ooh, she finally learned it.
Now it's right time.
I really like our vibe.
Yeah, Fiora. Let's show him what we got. Bring it
I can
on.
do it. I know I can.
Hang in there. Don't give up.
Oh, Ryan's low in health.
I'm gotta hurt.
Fiora! Yeah, that's it!
Sometimes
Go all out. Butterfly.
first minute is pretty good.
Now it's right time. Eat this! Yeah,
I
I'm
feel
turning up the heat.
stronger.
Punch that thing in the
Man
face.
didn't even break a sweat.
Let's press on and on and on.
And she said it.
Let's keep this up.
Got some small claws. Nothing really useful here. And look, a little spawning area. Speaking of which, since Tephra Cave is a new area, that means new Collectopedia. I'm honestly astonished that we managed to get everything for this Collectopedia, Colony 9 Collectopedia, immediately. Random location in the middle of the Magmal ruins, but now we made it.
Are these the Magmel ruins?
Haven't you been here before?
Nope.
The Defense Force often uses it for training, but I come here to do research. It's not really a place that people go.
Not surprising. There are monsters around here that use Mechon parts as armor.
Was this built by the Mechon?
I don't think so. There's a path for people to get in. It might have been a vehicle of some kind.
Like the Defense Force hover transports.
A vehicle? But it's so big.
It's amazing technology. I wonder what kind of people made it.
I ain't got a clue.
Let's keep moving. The ether cylinders are up ahead.
Right. Crashing time!
Good luck, everyone.
I'm ready! We can definitely do this! Keep up the pressure!
Can't wait to
Bring
go
it on!
Stream
Alright, now I'm feeling them up!
Yeah, let's go, Ryan. I can do it. I know I can.
I can feel the power! It's crashing time! Everyone, do your best!
Leave this fight to me.
We can definitely do this! Turn!
Come on your feet. Butterfly.
Dead! Wow, down!
Hidden form.
Alright, now it's right time! Bring it! Come on! Beat!
Come on your feet.
Cheers!
I can do it. I
We
know
can
I
definitely
can.
do this!
Butterfly.
Alright! Take it to him! Wow, down! Look, you're up! Got it! Fiora, keep it coming!
Okay, my turn.
time. In your place. How's that? Sure. Hey, don't hog all the glory. Everyone, let's go.
I don't...
Let's spin.
I just realized I've been muted this whole time. Awesome!
Right here. Thanks for the help, Shulk. I'll start collecting them up. You two hold on a sec.
It's full of ether cylinders. Hey, why do we have to come all the way here to get them? Isn't there an ether cylinder fueling station in the colony?
Well, refining the ether takes a long time down there, and sometimes cylinderization fails. And there are so many cylinders here for us already. It's more reliable than making them ourselves.
Right. And Colony 9's anti-air batteries and mobile artillery are standardized for these cylinders, so they can be used straight away.
I see. You know, this place is in good condition considering it's ancient.
It might be that there's some form of technology being used to preserve it. It's just a shame we don't understand its secret.
Shulk?
But I'll solve it one day and show you. If it's just technology that someone created in the past, it's not incomprehensible. We'll come to understand it one day.
Don't go trying too hard. We can come and get ether cylinders whenever we need them. Besides, it's a good place for Defense Force training.
Yeah, so good that you didn't even want to come here without Shulk to back you up. Anyway, did you collect the cylinders?
Yep, all done. Thanks.
Just come by yourself from now on.
Shh, be quiet.
Uh-oh.
Are they Mechon?
I don't know. But it looks like we'll have to destroy them.
In that case, just leave them to me.
What I suddenly didn't realize is I was actually muted this whole time while I was explaining a mechanic that is very interesting about Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Damage over time. Damage over time effects are actually based off of your current party, off of the attack damage of the art that inflicts them. For example, Fiora's bleed effect comes from her art Lacerate. By using Lacerate, you can actually inflict a bleed status, which takes 20% of the damage that the art did, and takes that as a damage over time effect that lasts for about 20 to 30 seconds. I actually don't remember the exact length, but it's pretty useful. This game can be seriously broken with its damage over time effects. This is telling us about how to issue party commands. By selecting certain things, we can able to actually focus our party members' attacks as well as everything else. You can make them engage at will, which all the party members will fight independently. If you make them focus attacks, they will try and use arcs as fast as possible, which isn't really all that ideal sometimes, because then sometimes Ryan just use Wild Down out of nowhere. You can also press ZR to make your party come to you and not do anything.
Two of them. Take them down one at a time.
I feel stronger.
Now it's right. Go for this one. Do what you think's best. Okay.
Okie dokie.
Oh! Topple them!
Bring it on. Set it. Get on me. I'm
I
powering
know I
up.
can. Butterfly.
Uh-oh. Inflicted guard mode. It's got increased physical defense.
Now it's right time. Bring it on. Cheers, Shulk.
Yikes. 3 shulkers there to heal us.
I'm powering up. All right. I'm feeling it.
Check out the last one. Check out this one.
Everything's
Okay, guys.
Uh-oh.
It's right time.
Come here and attack me, buddy.
We can definitely do this. Nice one for you.
Fiora, are you okay?
I'm fine. How about you?
I'm all right. Thanks to you and Ryan.
What on Bionis were those? I've never seen anything like them.
Could they have been Mechon?
No. I think they were something left by the civilization that built this vehicle.
They didn't seem like Mechon to me. But why did they only show up now?
I don't know. But they were probably built to protect this place. They might have been activated in response to something. But I don't think that something could have been us.
Please, let's go back. I don't want to be here anymore.
Me neither. And we've already got the ether cylinders.
Huh? What's going on?
Listen, what is that?
That sound.
In the sky!
Oh, it's a...
This can't be.
No way.
Mechon!
How? Didn't my brother destroy them all a year ago?
Could that defense mechanism have responded to the Mechon?
Let's get back to the colony.
Come on.